You look at Nicolas Ruccia on Saturday. I'm sure there's probably some of those goals he'd like to have back, but I mentioned it on the broadcast. You see this a lot with 16-year-old goaltenders. How much is that a natural part of the progression for a young goalie? It's tough to play in this league at 16.
Sure it is, but the makeup of Nicholas mentally is very strong. So he's okay. He's fine. He understands that you're going to get some pretty high-end scoring chances in this league. Bathurst has done a pretty good job on their rebuild. They've taken a couple of years to do it and they haven't lost yet. This year, they're flying pretty high and looking pretty good. Combine that with us being a little bit light on defense and light in our defensive zone, well, he's going to get some high percentage stuff. So the only way you'd worry about that is if it had a big effect on your goaltender. He's fine. He never changes. He's ready to go back to work.
In terms of offensive production, 20-year-olds have been remarkably consistent. Baker an element with points in every game. L'Heureux's almost there as well. How impressed are you with your quartet of 20s? Have they been doing what you expected from them?
They all love the game. They all compete, and they're all big, strong guys that are physical. They're tough to stop. They love the game. They love to compete, so they're going to get numbers. They think they can all play better. We think they can all play better as well. They're going to keep notching it up. The area of their game that they would have some concern with, again, is the defensive side. We spent the whole week at it. We spent the whole week at battling. We spent the whole week at defensive zone, structure, aggressiveness, gap, stick positioning, body positioning, who's got who in different scenarios on back checks and D zones. And I know last year we had a number of 7-1 and 8-1 wins against other teams. When you beat another team 7 or 8-1, you feel pretty good and things worked out. But if you lose a game, and we didn't last year like this, but if you lose a game 8-1, it feels way worse than the good feeling on an 8-1 win.
Guy you saw with Moncton last year, seeing him with Halifax, Zach L'Heureux, extremely talented. How do you try to contain a guy like that?
What we're working on defensively is going to be key for anybody that's strong in the league right now. We need our gaps tightened up in advance, if not way ahead of what we've been doing. We're giving teams opportunity to skate with the puck, get a couple of strides, and get their head up and potentially make plays. I know we have a young defense, but we're pushing them. If we have the courage to be in their faces, trust our skating, have great back pressure to support that as well, it'll wrap things up. But for L'Heureux, if he gets a chance to get 2 or 3 strides in the open, you can pretty much bet something good's going to happen for Halifax. If he has someone on him immediately, well, then he's going to have to work a lot harder to get that time and space.
Lastly, looking at Halifax as a whole, they're a team that's been a bit of a mixed bag this year, especially last weekend. What do you know about them, having seen them a couple of times already?
They're in a similar situation to us, I guess. This is their second year of a rebuild. We are technically in our first year of a rebuild. They're competitive. They're fast. Some of the new guys they've added to their lineup look skilled. We're in and around the same type area. Our overages are very strong. They haven't been able to rely on the services of Barron, who's worked hard to get into the lineup. They've got some strong veteran goaltending, that's for sure. We're pretty close. We have strengths in different areas with Halifax, but it should shake down to fairly close when you put the two teams together.